12:01. Welcome to the Oil String on a beautiful Friday afternoon in the Big E. Tom Gazzola, Hernan Salas, YouTube Trev with you right here on the Oil Stream. Text us 780-218-9999. Get into the nasty chat as well. And hit that thumbs up button, please. And thank you. Hope you're enjoying your Friday. I know I am. It's been fun. Been enjoying the pleasure of some visitors coming, some people that we do business with, some people that we've gotten to know over the years. I just want to say thank you to Kevin Bandel for dropping by. Samosas. Delicious samosas. Trev, to die for.
Yes, those samosas were next level good. Yeah, huge shout out to Kev there. I certainly loved him.
Great to see Kevin. He'll be at the game tomorrow. Elks Ticats, 1 o'clock kickoff. Yeah, you've got the Elks hat on. I love that hat.
Yeah, it's the best.
It's a good one. It's a really good one. How are you, Hernan?
What's up, cuz?
Okay.
What's going on, dog?
Not much. This is good.
What's going on, carnal?
Not much.
It's Friday, man.
I know. We're all in a silly mood, and everybody's feeling good. It's the deep part of the summer. We're talking hockey. We're going to have some fun with today's show. We've got Hunter the Links on the thumbnail and on the sidebar. That's just for S&Gs. But we do have some fun stuff to talk about today. No, we're not talking about Leon Draisaitl's wedding again. We got that out of our system. It was great. Of course, Boston Pizza presenting sponsor of the Oil Stream. Check out the summer feature menu with the cherry cola beef slider, the Cajun chicken Caesar wrap. I had that the other day. It was phenomenal. Sweet heat chicken sandwich, fish tacos, pizza flights, summer pesto chicken pizza. That's what I'm going to get next. And then they also have new fish and chips. If you have anything you want to hit on or ask, feel free to fire that our way via the inbox or the nasty chat. But we are going to talk about some big news in oil country yesterday, and it involves the Oil Kings with a former Oiler. You and I haven't had a chance. I know you guys had a chance to talk about it yesterday on EST Afternoons, but Jason Smith, the new head coach of the Edmonton Oil Kings, that is a excellent get. I know people on the staff with the Oil Kings are very excited about this hire. Jason Smith inherits a good team looking to take the next step, maybe challenge again for the WHL title, maybe push for Memorial Cup title. We've got some great players that are really coming into their own at the junior ranks and will eventually be hopefully good pros. I think of Blake Fiddler. I think of Joe Aginla. I think of who else do they have on the roster? Got a bunch of guys.
A really young guy, Schroeder. He played 10 games as I think 16-year-old last year. He's supposed to be really good. Guy was talking about it. Yeah.
They've got a good thing going, and we'll see if Jason Smith can put them over the top. So we have some themes, Oilers related, coming from Jason Smith's hire with the Edmonton Oil Kings. We're going to get to those, but your initial thoughts on that pickup by the Oil Kings and Kurt Hill doing some work and getting a guy that carries some clout in this market, and then obviously just in the hockey world in general, has coached at the WHL level.
I mean, it's a name, right? I think Gager said like he's on the walls there when you're walking through the dressing room hallways, right? He spent a lot of time here in Edmonton. So listen, a lot of coaching experience, coached at every level. I think it just his presence alone demands a lot of respect.
Yes.
So I'm intrigued. I'll be honest, I don't know much about coaching in junior hockey. I'll say this as well. Luke Pierce joined us a bunch last year. Great guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like a really good coach. He got that team to the playoffs last year. They had a 2-0 lead, and I jinxed it. I said it's over. And then they didn't win a game. So, but it's exciting. I mean, Oil Kings is always good hockey. I know a lot of families like going to games because it's affordable.
Yep.
And then having Gator behind the bench, I think it adds to it. I think people want to see him. People still, you know how people feel about old Oilers, Tommy.
They like them.
They love them. They love
nostalgic.
So for me, it's it's a good hire. We talked with Guy Flaming. He said too. He goes, I think it's going to be really good. Yeah, and again, a guy who's dealt with every kind of level of hockey, junior, AHL, NHL. He knows how to handle the kids. And like you said, he gets a really good team, a team that can push for a championship maybe. It'd be awesome to see in the Memorial Cup once again. So, I mean, it's always nice to see an old Oiler come back, and not in a sense with the Oilers, but with the junior team, which is kind of cool.
I feel like it gives, and don't get me wrong, the Oil Kings are a phenomenal organization, stacked with great people. But you get Jason Smith as your head coach on top of Kurt Hill, Kevin Radomski, great leadership there. You got the day oneer, Rogan Dean, making sure the players are well taken care of. And then the back of house staff that does a phenomenal job. But you get Jason Smith, and I think everybody walks a little bit taller.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I think it's great. I like it. And he looked...
No intimidation there.
Good old Gator. He was a warrior. That pairing with Chris Pronger was elite in 06. Elite.
Pretty good. Yeah. Scary to play against. I'd be afraid to go up against those guys. Physically, they'd outmatch anyone. Anyone.
Max Pazuzu says, oh, wait. Are they interviewing Hunter or just talking about him?
Both. It's a tease, Max Pazuzu. Trev's like, what do you want for the thumbnail? I'm like, give me Hunter the links. Because we had a whole bunch of Jason Smith stuff on there yesterday.
Yeah.
But it is, like I said, the dog days of the summer. Things are quiet around the National Hockey League. I have seen updates from the south of France. They're getting ready for the Draisaitl wedding.
That's
very fancy. Very fancy. The hors d'oeuvres are off the charts.
It's good times, man.
Probably. Great party, I'm sure. All right.
No fun will be had.
None whatsoever. Anyway, with the hiring of Jason Smith, the former Oilers captain, current head coach of the Edmonton Oil Kings, got a couple of questions to ask to our viewers and listeners, as well as Hernan Salas, someone who is fond of the history of the Edmonton Oilers. So, what say you, Nasties? Yes. Text us. Let us know your thoughts. Tell me some stories. Let's go with this category. Who are the best stay-at-home D-men in Oilers history and why? Because Jason Smith would be right up there, right?
Yeah, it's a phenomenal question.
Thank you.
Tomas.
Hola. Gracias.
Okay, let's start most recent. Is Ekholm a stay-at-home defenseman?
No.
He's really good, though, defending.
He's an excellent defenseman, but he'll jump up. He'll get caught.
But when someone asks you about Ekholm,
I would say Brett Kulak's more of a stay-at-home, but he jumps up too.
Yeah. Okay, moving on, I guess.
No, not moving on. We got to hit on this.
Because who's a stay-at-home defenseman on the Oilers? Like
Cody
right
Ceci
now,
was.
Cody Ceci was. Sure.
Ty Emberson is.
See, I lean more towards Ekholm being stay-at-home than
okay,
defensive.
let's give you Ekholm being a stay-at-home defenseman. So where do you put him?
We said top 5, right?
It's the best stay-at-home D-men in Oilers history. This one is not being narrowed down to top 5.
Okay. I think he has to be in the conversation. No? Am I wrong?
I'm not saying no. What about Charlie Huddy?
I think he's top 2, probably.
Number 1 is Jason Smith?
I mean,
Craig Muni? Do you remember Craig Muni? I very vaguely do. I
me
know
too. He was good. He was solid.
Mean hip checks.
Yeah.
He'd get you.
I think Charlie Huddy would be ahead of Jason Smith. Because
where's Steve Stais in all of this?
I think, that's a good question, man. It's tough. Okay, I'm gonna go to my wheelhouse, the 90s.
Okay.
I gotta think here, Tom.
I think Luke Richardson.
Luke Richardson was solid on a young team.
Right.
Not a lot of talent because it was before the salary cap. I think Luke Richardson's a really good one. There was another name we were saying in
Brian Marchment.
But was he that good? he could lay out.
He'd scare the living you know what out of people. He would take your knees out. Joaquin Gage in the flesh. Blowing us kisses for some reason.
Man. What about number 2? Reg? No.
Andre Sekera?
No.
Wasn't he supposed to be brought in for his offense? Lee Foglin. You want to talk about number 2?
See, I was still too young.
I think Lee Foglin had retired by the time I was born.
Well, Dr. Randy Gregg.
Yeah. Do you remember his playing days?
Yes.
I remember him as a Canuck.
Steve Smith.
Okay. Who else? Anyone more recently? Troll texting in saying Mironov. He was offensive.
Bobo was all offense.
Troll also had a really good one from recent memory, Adam Larson.
Okay, I'm going to push back on this one. I love Adam
Larson.
Yes, because he was good his first year and his last year, and in between he wasn't very good. Because
okay.
You had to be good while you were playing with the Oilers. Like, he's really good with Seattle now.
But he was good with you. You don't think?
I don't think he was as good as people make him out to be. I think he went through a lot.
He did.
Yeah, so
he totally did.
You get a pass for sure. He went through a lot of personal stuff, and injuries. But I wouldn't have him as one of the top ones. That's just me, though.
That's fine. These are the top stay-at-home D-man in Oilers history in honor of the hiring of Jason Smith with the Oilers.
Kevin Lowe?
Yep. I know, and I know his name gets overshadowed by his playing days get overshadowed by his management days.
Yes.
And it leaves a bad taste in some people's mouths. I understand that. Got this text that says Laddie Schmid or Igor Ulanov for a couple of good stay-at-home D-men. Didn't take long for the Ulanov reference to get out.
I did not. That's awesome.
Get out there today. I appreciate Igor Ulanov. Couple stints as an Oiler. Very steady, I guess. Reliable. I know his second time around, they didn't use him a ton. I do recall him taking a slap shot off his head.
Yes.
And him being just fine. He went down, hit him in the head. He was okay. Back out there for the next shift. Legendary tales of him at the bars in and around the city at the time of his playing with the Oilers.
Would Chris Pronger qualify?
I always thought of him as offensive as well.
Oh, he was so good.
I know. 1 year, though.
Okay. So what we're saying is guys that just don't put up a lot of points but are solid.
A traditional stay-at-home D-man. Luke in Cowtown says Jeff Bukaboom.
Oh, yeah.
He was good. I think it was concussions that got him when he was with the Rangers, and that kind of ended his career.
Dan McGillis.
Dan McGillis was a good D-man for quite a while. He left here to go to Detroit, or was it? No, he got traded to Philly.
Yeah.
Got traded to Philly. Was that the Niinema trade?
It was. I'm pretty sure it was.
Was Roman Hamrlik a stay-at-home D-man?
I thought the Hammer was great too.
He was very good.
Niinema was probably more offensive.
Yes.
Yes.
He would rush the puck. He would try to dipsy doodle. I remember him. He would have, you know what he did really well? When he was trying to get by a guy, he would turn his back almost like a semi-spinorama.
Yeah.
I do remember him doing that. Very smooth, but he'd get caught up ice. He'd get caught on the pinch. So he was more offensive.
How about coming into the nasty chat, the Cowboy, man, Chris Russell.
Yeah.
I mean, he did his job, man.
He, at one point, before Giordano took over, and I think somebody else surpassed both of them as the leading shot blocker in NHL history, they gave him, I think it was CCM, made him like a trophy. And it was a shin pad to acknowledge him being the all-time blocked shot leader in NHL history,
yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. That's a good one. The Cowboy, yeah. Good, really good guy, too, by the way. Luke in Cowtown brings up Luke Richardson. Yep, that's a good one.
He was good, man.
How about Matt Green? What if the Oilers had held on to Matt Green?
That's the thing, because remember that playoff run to the final? He struggled a lot. They had to bench him a few times during the game. But then they traded him.
Yeah.
And he became a really good stay-at-home defenseman.
Well, he was good in the playoffs in that cup run. Yeah. Remember, that's how he emerged. And then the next year,
he struggled mightily.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he got traded for Visnovsky. Was it him and Stoll?
Maybe it was.
Yeah, I think it was.
Cole Harbor Joe says Lubo Visnovsky, but he was offensive as well. Remember, he had a big shot from the point. He was a funny guy.
He only played 1 year, right?
Yeah. Then they traded him to the Ducks.
To the Ducks.
Maybe part of the second year.
It just didn't work out with him, right?
I don't know if he was that excited to be here, or did they trade him to the Islanders? But he ended up with the Ducks eventually.
Yeah, yeah. He was a good player, man.
Yeah.
Both teams weren't very good here, so you give him a bit of a pass as well.
Hampton Steve also says Matt Green became a really good defensive D-man with the Kings, but showed signs of that level with the Oilers. There's a guy they kind of gave up on early. Coach Mike says, I didn't realize Dan McGillis had such a short period of time with the Oilers. I think it was only a couple of years.
Jeff Petrie, more offensive.
Yeah, but he wasn't, you wouldn't put him as one of the best.
He wasn't good here.
Yeah, he was still finding his game. So
Yeah.
I'd say that I'd probably leave him off that list. He turned out to be a really good defenseman, still playing.
Andrew Ferentz?
No.
Okay, moving
I
on.
love Andrew Ferentz. Great guy. Was very good, effective D-man in the NHL for a long time. Did everything that was asked of him here. But in terms of just ability, by the time he was finishing his career up, no. And I remember that last year where they kept him, he was hurt and he was around, but they didn't really play him. He only played a few games. It was kind of a tough way to ride off into the sunset.
Amish Man 19 says Wisnowski was to the Ducks for Ryan Whitney.
That's right. Who was definitely not a defensive defenseman. Stay at home at all. Okay, so we got some good names there. How about this? Let's move on to this. Who are the top 5 toughest Oilers of all time? Jason Smith, obviously one of those.
The toughest in terms of...
Just toughest. It doesn't have to be like fighter straight up, just toughest guys in team history.
Chris Russell.
That's a good one.
He has the record for block shots. I
Yep.
think he has to be there.
Where would you put Matt Hendricks?
He was a tough SOB, man.
And a great
Absolute
dude.
beauty. Would Rafi Torres count? No?
Yeah. I'll put him in there, but this is top 5, so I'm writing these names down.
Trying to think old school, too.
Like Dave Brown is obviously
Dave Brown.
scary tough.
Semenko.
Yes. Those are automatics, right? Dave
The
Semenko.
Moose.
Dave Brown. The Moose. Yeah. Like you can almost extend this to top 10 toughest guys in Oilers history. Messier, for sure.
Oh, we got a good one
What
from Lars. Kevin McClelland.
Oh, yeah.
He is a beauty.
McClelland. I was watching this guy's fights the other day. Marty McSorley.
Oh, yeah. George?
Oh, there you go. George. So out of all these guys,
Oh, and Ulanov. Took
You
a
actually-
puck in the head.
I don't know, but
It came back to play.
Penner's Pancake says Ryan Smith, Jason Smith, Chris Russell, Brown. Dave Brown was scary tough. Yeah. B-Dog says Laddie Schmid. Laddie Schmid had one of the best lines ever. I asked him if he would ever fight Milan Lucic. And I think this was right after Lucic fought Iginla.
Okay.
And Laddie goes, "Are you crazy? He's Serbian, man. He probably has a knife in his pants on the ice." I was like, Laddie, you are hilarious.
Bucky?
Bucky's a tough SOB.
But Bucky, I remember back in the early 90s, he would fight some big boys, man.
He wouldn't back down from anybody.
He was not scared.
Steve McIntyre. Like, 5 is so hard to narrow down in
Dave
Oilers.
Long shot, but Dave Manson.
Dave, man, why would that be a long shot?
Okay.
He was tough as hell, too.
I remember there was one picture in the Sun when they were playing LA and he had Corey Millen by the throat on the net. It was great.
Yeah, Weird G says Bucky was a tough SOB. Matt Hendricks Tango says had his cup broken blocking a shot. I remember he showed everybody in the locker room like, oh. He's like, yeah, good thing I had it on.
A lot of people are saying Ales Hemsky.
Just because he
Took a lot of
got
abuse.
back up?
Yeah.
like that, I respect that, and I would give it honorable mention. Hemsky. So here's the names that I've jotted down. Like the task was top 5 toughest Oilers of all time. So we just heard Hemsky, honorable mention. Steve McIntyre, the guy tough as hell, big man. Chris Russell, Rafi Torres, Kelly Buchberger, Georges Larac, Dave Semenko, Dave Brown, Mark Messier, Kevin McClelland. Somebody mentioned Ulanov. I mentioned McSorley. Puck to the face, Hyman, like right in the pine. See, like there's different categories of tough, right? It's like
Fighting.
That guy will get up after getting blown up and he'll be just fine. The style of play, just mucking it up all the time.
Like the shot blockers.
Yeah.
The guys that just grind it out there.
Can you actually narrow it down to 5? This is weird. G says Shane Corson.
He was tough, man.
I know.
Yeah. Gager played with him, so he knows.
Yeah.
Tango says Nuge hasn't lost a fight.
Who would have thought that Nuge would beat up Sean Monahan and Justin Hall?
Yeah.
Don't get him mad.
I think he's 4-0, Tom.
Who else? He fought Dan Hamhuis. That was his first fight.
Monahan.
Yeah.
Hall. And there's one more. An LA King, I think.
Who are we forgetting?
The LA King guy.
Smitty the Welder says, yeah, you need to determine what kind of toughness. I just went generic. I'm like, just guys, like.
Bonnie Doon-Rod says Cassian.
Cass is a tough guy, yeah.
Who was the player Nuge fought on the Kings, guys?
B-Dog says Ryan Smith makes the toughest list. He took I don't know how many people remember this. Do you recall when Ryan Smith took a Boris Mironov slap shot directly to the mouth? It broke his jaw.
Yeah.
And I know Smitty, like you could, like when I would talk to him and get to know him, and then you could see they had to like put in new teeth. You could see if he was talking and you're just like, oh, okay. You could see that they had to like the black part of putting those teeth in from the back.
Didn't he take a puck from Pronger against the Sharks in 06 in the playoffs and then came back?
And apparently there was never an apology.
Probably not. That doesn't surprise me at all. Ryan Smith was tough, man.
Yeah, he was.
He was a tough boy.
I think whoever pointed that out, like you have to categorize what kind of tough we're talking about. I think that is a fair point.
Oh,
and
100%.
I didn't do that prepping for today's show. It's just who's the toughest. But you can go so many different ways, and they've had some badass mofos on this team over the years.
Penner's Pancake says older generation Don Jackson.
Yeah.
A good one from a Bootski. Kevin Lowe was tough, man.
Yes, he was. He was like when he would snap, they called him Vish for a reason.
Yeah.
I saw
Hinestroza is the other player he fought. Maybe it
he
wasn't
fought
LA.
Vinny Hinestroza?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Thanks you, Max Pazuzu.
There was a text that came in here. Dash. Hello, Dash. At Heavy Hockey says, is Joaquin Gage on that list? I will wholeheartedly say no.
He's got too much love in his heart.
He puts more hand lotion on than anyone else combined in this office. This is a good one. I love this. This is great. So, okay. I mean, I feel like we can't. Is there one guy all time that's the toughest Oiler? Like, can you even say, is it Georges? Like, could Georges Laraque beat Dave Semenko in his prime or Dave Brown? Or would he be able to fight Mark Messier? Or would Messier, like, I don't know. Messier was a tough guy, man.
I'll say this between McIntyre, George, Semenko, and Brown. I got to see them all play. I think Dave Brown's the toughest, man.
Yeah.
Like, Dave Brown was... Not only was he tough, he was scary. Because George was tough, but he wasn't scary. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we know Brant Myers, right?
Love him.
George ended Brant Myers' career by breaking his orbital bone in a game against the Flames in the preseason. And Brant was a tough dude.
I think
Still
is. I think it's between Brown and George was the heavyweight champ when he played, but Semenko and Brown it was just different.
And this question was in honor of Jason Smith.
Yes.
And we haven't even said him among the toughest Oilers.
Because it's true though. Like you kind of got to go to categories: toughest fighter, toughest forward,
all around,
gutsy.
I guess for guys like Chris Russell and Jason Smith, it would have to be like gutsiest.
Yeah,
I think that would be a more appropriate category for them instead of just having it umbrella tough, if you will. This is good. This is a lot of fun.
For all our younger audience, just go into YouTube and put Dave Brown, Jim Kite fight.
Oh, no.
You'll see something special.
Is that the one where the lawnmower gets started?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's probably it was just, I felt bad for Jim Kite. Jim Kite's a good man.
Is that where the Goodnight Jim Kite thing came from? Got it. 780-218-9999. Hit us up in the nasty chat. We're having a great conversation today in honor of Jason Smith being hired as the new head coach of the Edmonton Oil Kings. Of course, the former Oilers captain. is back in good old Our Town. Portions of this hour brought to you by our good friends over at Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen. We're in the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studio. Check out the new delicious chicken dippers. Enjoy them as you dunk it in your signature sauce. All right, let's move on to the next category because this is a lot of fun. I like this very, very much. To everybody listening and watching, get in on this. Who are the top 5 Oilers captains in franchise and history?
Moose, number 1.
Moose ahead of Gretz?
Yes. He did it without Gretz.
Okay, who's number 2? Wayne?
It's got to be Wayne. It's got to be.
Where do you go from here?
So, well, let's go through them. Bucky.
Yes. Shane Corson.
Doug
Lee
Wade.
Fogelin. Doug was only the captain for what, like a couple of years?
He was a great captain.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but then he got traded because they knew they were going to lose him. Couldn't pay him.
They had to, right? Yeah.
Where does McDavid stack up in all of this?
Who?
McDavid.
I think he's pretty high up on the list. Who else do we have? Jason Smith. We have Chopper.
Yeah.
Hork.
Yeah.
Who are
Where does Lee? Like again, this is 40 years ago, but Lee Fogelin.
Ferens?
No, again, love Ferentz, but who are the top 5 captains in Oilers history? You've got Messier 1, Gretzky 2. Then who is number 3? Is it McDavid number 3?
Might have to be.
Do we go Connor number 3? That's a hell of a list. So who's number 4 and 5?
I would go Dougie Wade.
At 4?
That's my choice. And so then we have, I'll read out what's left.
Okay.
Ferentz, Horkoff, Morrow, Bucky, Corson, McTavish, Lowe, Fogelin, Blair McDonald, and Ron Chipperfield.
And Ron Chipperfield was just that first year, right?
Yeah.
And right now we got Messier, Gretzky, McDavid, Waite, and who's number 5? Definitely not Corson.
No.
Kevin Lowe was what, 1 year?
Kevin Lowe was 1 year.
1 year. Mac T, 2 years. Is it Bucky?
I think it's Bucky, man.
Or is it Jason Smith?
Ooh.
I think we have to go Jason Smith in honor of this list stemming from his hiring.
I mean, he was the captain when they went to the finals.
They went to the playoffs a bunch of those years. Curious to hear what people think. Ethan Morrow, Troll says no. Those were not good years. Rusty Shackelford going back to toughest Oilers of all time. Craig Berube was an Oiler but never suited up for the Oilers. Interesting, useless Oilers fact. Yes, he got traded before the start of the season, I believe.
Ooh, James coming in hot.
What does he
McDavid
say?
is a great player, not a great captain. Well, we don't know that. We're not in the room.
What leads you to believe that?
Yeah.
2 cup finals, MVPs.
Like it is such a bad narrative. Like no one knows that unless you're there.
Shovelhead says captains: Fogelin, Messier, McDavid, McTavish, and Smith.
Ooh.
How about Mac T and Fogelin getting in on that? And yeah, actually, Fogelin recognizing it was time to pass the torch
To Wayne.
Yeah.
Didn't that happen with who was the captain before? Okay, it was there's no captain in 15-16 for the Oilers, and then Ferentz was the last captain before McDavid.
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
Even Horkoff was a good captain, man.
It was just a really bad time.
Yeah, very very bad time.
He's a good guy. He's going to be a GM in the NHL at some point. He's kind of working towards that next step where he becomes a GM, and I think it'll happen eventually here. I think he did everything that was asked of him. Class act. Just, I think the period in Oilers franchise history overshadows Sean Horkoff, the captain.
Yes,
That's decade of darkness.
Yeah,
right. And
but he always stood there. He took a lot of heat.
He did
for the contract.
He would answer every night, pretty much.
stand there and take all the questions.
Yep.
And never had attitude. Was never rude.
He'd tell you what he thought if he didn't like something, though.
Oh, 100%.
But, I mean, you earned that right after a while. Hampton Steve says, I would have Kelly Buchberger instead of Doug Waite on the captain's list. And it's interesting, we could talk to Gager and ask about those teams of the mid 90s and early 2000s, and they were a tight group.
Mm-hmm.
I think Joaquin was talking about who had the penthouse seats in the locker room on your show yesterday. And it was like Dougie Waite, Jason Smith, Rem Murray, Mike Greer. All of those guys were kind of like the boys, right?
Yeah.
And I think before Kelly Buchberger was left for the expansion draft and went to Atlanta, became their captain. He was part of that group as well. Todd Marchant. It's interesting because they seem to all like really get along. And when they get together, they always talk about the good times. And even though the team was kind of okay and starting to get better.
Toddy Marchant was never the captain, eh?
No.
Maybe he filled in
No.
for a few games.
I'm pretty sure he didn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Troll says the Oilers could use a Jason Smith kind of guy as captain right now, in my opinion. It's interesting. Like, and some people, certain attributes from players way more favorably. Like some people like the skill guy as the captain. Some people like the tough guy as the captain. Some people like the outspoken guy as the captain. It's kind of subjective, but it's a fun exercise. I really enjoy this.
That's an interesting question. Like it's being the captain, right? Because we've seen it here in Edmonton. Andrew Ferrens, for example, Ethan Morrow, who wasn't a top 6 player. He was a really good NHLer.
He was a good grinder, bottom 6, penalty killer, tough guy to play against.
I just wonder, like for the other teammates, is like, do you want your leader, your captain, to be? For example, Tom, I'll give you this. Like Ethan Morrow gets up and says, gives the team a speech, whatever. But then, like, say the second best offensive player on the team is like, well, but this guy's not going to score the goal. How is he going to lead us? He's going to lead us with his.
You're talking about like the
physicality, and he goes, but like we need a goal here. Like he's not
on the ice.
He's not going to be on the ice.
But he had command of the room.
Yeah,
everybody respected him. Or was he just the only guy left from better years? That's how I looked at Morrow. Like all of the guys from the early 2000s, late 90s had moved on. Obviously there was a lot of change after 06. And it was just like, well, Ethan's still here.
I'm just intrigued that for teams like at every level, because you've played hockey, I've played soccer a lot. Like if one of our not worst players, but like a player that really doesn't impact the game got up and gave a speech, I think most like you appreciate it, but you're like, okay, but
shut up.
What are you going to do? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's different when your best player, your second best player gets up and says, guys, like, just follow me. I'm going to lead you. And then you're like, yeah, let's go. This guy can actually make it. Do you know what I mean? And
I do know what you mean.
And I'm not saying Morrow didn't make a difference.
If a fourth line guy that really didn't have good standing or the body of work to back up what he's about to say and he spoke out, I would, in my head, be like, shut up. I'm not listening to you.
Yeah.
Please sit down. Let someone else who's more important and of more value have their say, and I'll get behind that.
Because on most teams, Tom, in the NHL, it's usually the best players that captain.
A lot of times.
A lot of the time.
Right.
Like if we went through all the captains in the NHL, it'd probably be, this guy's really, really good.
It's a stud on the team, right?
Yeah. Like, is there... Oh, let's ask our Nasties for help because I'll try to look it up as well. But is there a captain right now in the NHL that's not the best player or top 2 player on their team?
Yes. There has to be.
There has to be.
Zach, are you going to jump in on this?
Radko Gudas.
Oh, good one.
Yeah, but he's a scary... You're right. Like skill-wise and all that, but he's a scary veteran that...
puts his body on the line, protects his team.
Yeah, young guys would look at and be like, you know what? I'm glad he's on my team.
I don't want to mess with him.
But he's not one of the best players. You make a good point.
The experience is there, though.
So that's where I'm at. Like, but I guess there's a lot of context that has to go into it because they're a young team.
Yeah. Okay. So Rasmus Dahlin in Buffalo, one of their best players, obviously.
Yeah.
They have some skilled players for sure. What do you think of Michael Backlund in Calgary?
He's the top 6 guy. Plays in every
older
situation.
guy, yeah.
Every
He's
situation.
respected.
Yeah.
They're in a time of transition in Calgary. Jordan Staal with the Hurricanes. He's not their best player. He's been longest tenured. Nick Foligno, Chicago. Time of transition. Not their best player.
Really bad player. Like, it's similar to the Oilers when they were struggling.
Yeah.
Let's get a veteran here that's done it all.
Yes.
And he can lead us. Yeah.
Landeskog, Colorado, when he's healthy, one of the better players for sure. Boone Jenner in Columbus.
I mean, he's a top 6 guy. I think on a really good team, he's not.
Mm-hmm. Jamie Benn, Dallas.
He was a star.
Yeah, I think that one's good. Dylan Larkin in Detroit. Yeah, one of their best players. Obviously, McDavid here. Barkov, Florida. Kopitar is still just kicking ass as he gets older and older. Jared Spurgeon in Minnesota. Seems like he's very well liked and respected. Very good player from Edmonton. Nick Suzuki in Montreal. Roman Josi in Nashville. No complaints there. Nico Hischier in Jersey. One of their best players. Anders Lee with the Islanders. Definitely worthy.
He's their leading scorer most of the time.
Yeah. Rangers vacant. Sens, Brady Tkachuk, no qualms there. Sean Couturier with the Flyers. Crosby with Pitt. Couture, who's retired in San Jose, so they're going to be looking for a new captain. Jordan Eberle with the Seattle Kraken.
That's an interesting, because he's a top 6 guy, Tom.
Yeah.
On almost every team. Is he the best player on the Kraken? I'd say no, but I'd say he's top 5 offensive there.
And they're a team that's still kind of figuring out their identity. Do they even have one? Not really. Braden Shen with the Blues. Definitely. Victor Hedman. No surprise there. Austin Matthews, we get it. He took over for John Tavares, who did the Leaf Oakland thing, passed it on. Clayton Keller in Utah. Okay. Quinn Hughes with Vancouver. He's their best player. Mark Stone with the Golden Knights. Nobody's questioning that. Ovechkin with the Caps. And then how about Adam Lowry with the Jets?
That's a great one.
You like that one?
Yeah, because he's typically your third line guy. He can moonlight in your top 6, but he'll play on your PK. He's trusted in almost any situation. He's out there late in games protecting leads. Adam Lowry's one of those. Like, I have no issues with Lowry being a captain and winning.
No.
Just because he plays a lot. Like, he's not a bottom 6 guy that gets 12 minutes a night. This guy is usually pretty high up there. Like I said, he can moonlight anywhere on the team. So I think Lowry is one of those ones that you look at and you're like, not the star player, but he's so important to their team.
Yeah. He's vital. Has a lot of clout. I like this one from Scott on a hotel balcony in Beaumont. As we know, Beaumont does not have a hotel. So well played, Scott. Says, that's a horrible take. If you don't value what your teammates have to say, you are a crappy teammate. I understand what you're saying, Scott, on a hotel balcony in Beaumont. But the way I said, in my mind, if somebody who stood up and spoke and probably shouldn't have, I said, in my mind, I'd be saying, shut up. Like, please sit down. I'm not saying it out loud like, hey, shut up, sit down. That's being a crappy teammate. But in my mind, I'm like, ugh, come on, man. You're not the right guy for this.
I guess what we're trying
That's what I should have said and how I should have articulated. I understand what you're saying, Scott.
Exactly. It's like, for example, if you're in Edmonton, let's say pick a bottom 6 guy that's been here for a while that plays a lot. Adam Enrique. Let's just say he was here for a long time.
Sure. This is an example.
And he's the captain of the team, right?
Yep.
And he's like, follow me, guys. I'm going to take you there. Like, all I'm saying is that, is Adam Enrique in his current role going to lead you to...
You're going to be like, I'm not too sure about that,
Where if
Adam.
Connor says it, you're like, yeah, this guy probably could.
No. Like, okay, let's go.
You know, that's all I'm saying.
That's a better way to articulate it as well. Anyway, Scott, I understand. Quit fibbing about the hotel balconies in Beaumont. All right. Let's move on to this one. What are the best nicknames in Oilers history? Text us 780-218-9999. Get to the nasty chat. This is all stemming from Gator, Jason Smith, becoming the new head coach, 6th in franchise history with the Edmonton Oil Kings. So Gator's a good one.
The Moose.
Moose.
Bucky.
Sure. Is Bucky a good one? I think it's lovable.
Yeah.
Everybody likes a Bucky. I'll put it down honorable.
I'm just going to throw names at you and then we can
Cujo's definitely one is like legendary.
Bobo. The Russian tank.
That's a good one. That's Kovalenko.
Yes. Rem the Gem.
The Gem.
Chopper.
Chopper's a good one. And that one has a good, because he always.
Rosie.
Yeah, that's Greer.
Yeah.
That's his uncle.
I think so, yeah.
Played for the Steelers. Rosie.
No Hands Marchand. I'm just kidding. That's what me and my cousin.
That's not a good nickname.
The Bison King.
Bison King. That one was good. I actually like that.
Oh, boy.
He looks like he's having a good time.
What was the Polish Prince?
Yes,
good one, Weird G.
My mom loved him. Obviously, being
I loved him too, man.
He had some good years in the NHL, and he was married to a Bond girl from GoldenEye, if you recall. And he was doing at the World Championships in 2012. He was doing the television analyst role for Polish television, right? And I remember I'm like, okay, I text my mom. I'm like, hey, Mariusz Czerkawski's here. She's like, you need to go talk to him. And I went and talked to him. I'm like, I'm from Edmonton. My mom's Polish, and all this stuff. We hit it off, had these great conversations, and I was there for 2 weeks. And so as the tournament progressed, I'd go and find him and talk to him, and then he started to find me and talk to me. And by the end of it, I'm like, I don't have anything else to say to this guy. Yeah. He's a great guy. Don't ask him about his ex-wife.
They gave up on him too early. Same with Miro Shatan. That's all I'm going to say.
They definitely did.
Big Rig.
Big Rig is a great one. He's a great. I love Pat Maroon.
I don't know if this is a name, but Skin Daddy for Stuart Skinner. Someone just sent that in.
I don't think so.
Rolly the goalie.
Rolly the goalie. That one rolls off the tongue. That's a good one.
McJesus.
Do you like McJesus?
I don't mind it.
You don't mind it?
The Boolin Wall.
Yeah, that's a good one. Boolin Wall. He definitely was not here.
Rip City Step. The Love Bug for Ike Howard. Let's just wait before we give Ike Howard.
Let's hang on that. On that one. Isabella Skorupko. That was Czerkawski's ex-wife. The Deutschland Dangler, I think, is a good one.
Yes. Oh, boy. We got some we can't read on there.
Potts Golson.
Oh, I'm trying to think 90s. Steady Steve Stales.
Yeah. Great one. Pretty good. Yeah.
Or Shaky when he had a bad game.
Great one.
Anyone else have a cool nickname?
Goggles Pisani. Smitty? Oh, come on, Smitty the Welder.
Hemmer.
Those are the bad ones. Hork, Belzy, Cogs, Gags, Ebbs, Halsey. Those aren't good.
Did Pisani have a nickname? He must have in 06.
No. They would just play Fernando Abonite at the Riverhawks game.
Yeah, okay.
There's a tie-in. So best nicknames in Oilers history.
I know he didn't like it, but Semenko was Cement Head, people would call him.
I know he didn't like it. That's why I stay away from it. The Rat, Ken Linsman, he didn't like that one either.
No.
Pies for Pisani.
Okay.
Which is okay.
Paisans.
Oh, Fiera Montenegro with a good one for Steve Stales. The Macedonian Mauler. That was a good one. Okay, so we have Boolin Wall, great one. McJesus, Cujo, Bucky, Moose, Bobo, Russian Tank, Rem the Gem, Chopper, Rosie, Bison King, Polish Prince, Big Rig, Rolly.
Doc.
Goalie. You like Doc?
No, Doc for nurse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doc 25. This is good. All right, we have a few minutes left. This is a good one. Who are the biggest hitters in Oilers history? 780-218-99.
Biggest hitters.
99. Let's go.
Nemo.
Would he fight if he did throw a big hit?
As long as he threw the big hits. Rafi Torres.
Rafi Torres.
Mush.
Yes. Watch out for your knees. There's a great video on, I think it's Hockey Fights or YouTube, where Brian Marchment takes out Doug Waite's knees.
Yeah.
And Doug Waite goes and like attacks him.
Just quickly, we forgot the butcher for Evan Bouchard.
Is that his nickname? I know you guys like to talk about it.
Okay, back to the hits.
Biggest hitter in Oilers history.
A good one from a good one from Weird G. Marc-Andre Bergeron.
Mab.
Remember when he hip checked Brendan Morrow
Yes.
at the blue line and
Yes.
he went way over?
Ass over tea kettle.
Yeah. Zach Cassian.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cassian. He would throw some big ones. LaRock. Would LaRock ever catch anyone with hits?
I don't think so.
Gator has to be the best. Yeah. Jay Smith. He was one of... You know what Jason Smith was great at? Open ice hits.
Yeah. You know who was good in his short time as an Oiler? Josh Archibald.
Yeah. I like talking to him.
He
good.
threw some wicked hits.
Wasn't the biggest guy, but he'd get you. Craig Muni.
The king of the low bridge.
Yeah. Well, remember that penalty he took on Dylan Stanley?
Yeah.
Or was it Logan Stanley? Sorry. Yeah, against the Jets. It was very costly in that 4-0 sweep. Craig Muni. Craig Muni would get you with those hip checks too. Andy Sutton, says John Gillis.
I don't remember Sutton.
Sut's only played 1 year. I got to work with Andy a little bit after when he started his equipment company. Great dude. Gentle giant. McIntyre, though, he wouldn't. PJC Gaming says Steve McIntyre still go back to the clip of him crunching the flame every once in a while. Are you talking about the fight against Ivanons or actually like blowing up a kid? Well, he did in Medicine Hat. Derek Vendies has this great story where Big Mac was bigger than everybody. There was nobody who could challenge him in the WHL. I think he ran this one kid in the corner one night, and the kid went into like convulsions apparently.
Oh, really?
And they had to send Mac to like the East Coast League or something like that, or one of the lower pro leagues because he was just too big, too strong for junior hockey at that point. That's how Derek tells it. Hyman knows how to hit. A lot of people saying Hyman. That's interesting. Hyman has like if you see him, and a lot of the stronger guys, they have like the big thighs, and Hyman has that. That's what makes him so hard to knock off the puck. That's why he's good in front of the net too.
Like lately, the Oilers haven't really had a guy that's wicked at like open ice hits.
Are there a lot of guys that are good at open ice hits in the NHL these days? Like Radko Gudas is a name that I think of where it's
He's
like,
good.
look out, he'll get you.
Yeah, there's not many anymore.
Remember like Cronwall would blow you up?
Cronwall was awesome.
He caught Hemsky a couple of times.
Was his name Daniil Markov? He was pretty.
Daniel Markov, yeah. Rafi Torres, John Gillis says that's a really good one. Yeah, but Torres kind of did it dirty. And if you look at hits like Scott, what was Scott? Well, Scott Stevens wasn't an Oiler, but
Scott Stevens can lay people out. Clutterbuck's one of the best.
yeah. Mess could hit, says Weird G. That's when hits with the elbow were still okay to do. He was dirty, but yes, I know what you mean. I love this. This has been fun.
Yeah, it's been great.
All right,
Just reminiscing.
We're reminiscing. Fun show. Mex Bazuzu says, when are we going to get to Hunter the Lynx? What kind of player is Hunter the Lynx? Hernan?
Oh, that's a good
Top
question.
5 mascots in Oilers history. Hunter the Lynx. Number 1.
No. He's
They've
scares.
only had one.
They've only had
Have people
one.
come around to him?
I think so. I think people like him now. He was a little scary at first.
Yeah, I think they eased up the eyes, the menacing grimace.
Harvey the Hound is pretty funny. When Mac
Yeah,
G
tell
and
that
him
to
went
Mac
at
T.
it. Ulf Samuelsson, one of the dirtiest hitters.
That was dirty, yeah. The Hatcher brother. Well, Darian Hatcher was big and mean.
Evander Kane.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Max Bazuzu says, it always makes me nervous when Hunter stands on the railings.
Don't be afraid, Max.
Don't be afraid. You got to take risks.
It's gonna be
SJ
okay.
Sharkey got stuck dangling from the rafters one time. And then the Wild Wing, the Anaheim Ducks mascot, caught on fire one time.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't see that?
No.
He was trying to go through a ring of fire on skates.
Yeah.
He caught on fire.
Oh, man.
The follies of the NHL. All right, let's get to Over Under, brought to you by Play Alberta. Make your bets count for you and everyone else with the Play Alberta app with hundreds of player prop bets on the biggest leagues, NFL, CFL, NHL, NBL, you name it. You're not just playing for fun. You're supporting your province. Play Alberta revenue helps fund Alberta programs and services. Deposit today with promo code YEG50 and get an EST exclusive $50 free bet to get started. Over under. Today's show, the theme was Jason Smith, who is the new head coach of the Edmonton Oil Kings. Yes, we did tease you with Hunter the Lynx on the thumbnail and on the sidebar, but that was just to get you guys going. How many wins for Jason Smith's Oil Kings this coming season? They had 37 last year. They bowed out in the first round to the PA Raiders after being up 3-1. They were tied, or they were leading late in the game. They took a penalty, got scored on, and ended up losing in dramatic fashion. They could have pushed on to the second round, but it overall was a much better year for the Oil Kings. So the Oil Kings, over under 37.5 wins next season. Hernan said.
I'm going to take the over. I'm going to give him 3 more at 40.
40?
Yeah.
40 wins total. Coop, how many wins for the Oil Kings next year with Jason Smith at the helm?
Ooh. They had what, 37 last year?
37. So I'm putting at 37.5.
Over.
Taking
No doubt.
over.
Yeah,
How many?
I'm saying-
Natso says 40.
I'm going to say 47.
Whoa.
Jeez.
You're crazy.
A
man.
jump. I am crazy.
Top team in the league if they were at
Ooh.
47. I like
That
it.
big of a jump.
Why
I know they have a lot of
They
talent.
got
but
Gator.
I know. They don't play 82 games, but
Gator
No,
don't
they
mess
don't.
around.
huge. Yeah.
I will go. They will be 5 wins better this upcoming season. Motivated by a scary dude in Jason Gator Smith.
Or they're going to have no phones. So
Yeah, that was.
they're going to be focusing quite a bit. Yeah.
They'll be very
No
dialed in.
TikToks.
No TikToks.
Save that for away from the arena. I say 42. Coob says 47. Nanso says 40 wins for Jason Smith's Oil Kings this upcoming season. What say you? PJC Gaming says 41. Duck Dad says 38. 39 from Big Uke. Big Uke also adds finals appearance. Ooh,
That'd be
good.
awesome.
That would be real good. I like that a lot. Let's get those guys back in the final. I know they won the championship a couple years ago, but they've had to regroup, retool, shake things up. New coach. I think a lot of people are taking them to go over 37.5 wins with Jason Smith behind the bench. Troll says 40 out of 68 might be a stretch. Hey, if you get dialed in and those skilled young guys going into their 17 and 18-year-old years pick it up and dial it in, you can push for 40. It's doable.
Oh, for sure.
It's doable. Nanso, what's coming up today on EST Afternoons?
Yeah, lots of Elks talk, a lot of changes to their lineup ahead of tomorrow. You'll be working the sidelines, of course. 1 o'clock down at Commonwealth. We'll have Matthew Wannick join us, Zach to the future. We'll have Joel DeBlanco, first-round pick from last year. He's getting his first CFL start this week in the place of the injured Nick Anderson. We got Who Dis, number 6, inside the numbers, and faces of the franchise. Lots of fun coming up. Don't go anywhere. Keep it locked here on Edmonton Sports.
Love it. That's going to do it for the Oil Stream. Another fun edition of the show. A big thank you to Boston Pizza, Popeyes, Louisiana Kitchen, and Play Alberta. For Hernan Salas, I'm Tom Gazzola saying enjoy your weekend. EST Afternoons coming up next, right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Ciao for now.